Welcome to Dreamy Tales, your bedtime haven. Prepare to embark on a journey of tranquility and relaxation. I'm here to weave enchanting stories that will gently guide you into a restful night's sleep. Subscribe and let the soothing whispers of Dreamy Tales be your nightly companion. The Dancing Forest Lights. Chapter 1. Strange Lights in the Woods. The flickering glow of the fireplace bathed the little living room in a warm orange light. Emma sat stirring a pot of stew, cooking for supper. She hummed a soft lullaby as she worked. Curled up on the rug beside her, George and Lilac were deep in a picture book of fairy tales. "Look at this one, Lilac," said George. "It's about glowing sprites that live deep in enchanted forests. They dance among the trees and light up the night with their magical glow." Lilac peered at the colorful illustrations with wide eyes. "They don't look scary," she said, "but I don't know if I'd want to meet them in a real dark wood." Emma chuckled. "There's no need to worry, little one. Our forest is just outside, not enchanted at all." She ladled stew into wooden bowls and passed them to her siblings. The three children lived with their mother in a cozy cottage on the edge of Oak Hollow Village. Tall oak trees rose all around, their branches reaching up to the starry sky. Beyond them lay a deep, mysterious forest that the children only glimpsed from a distance. After supper, Emma joined George and Lilac by the fire again. Just then, a strange flickering caught Emma's eye through the window. She peered out into the gathering dusk. Among the tree trunks, pale lights danced and drifted on the breeze. "Look," said Emma. "Do you see those lights in the forest?" George and Lilac crowded at the window. "Ooh, they're beautiful," breathed Lilac. "But what are they?" wondered George aloud. He grabbed the fairy tale book. "Just like the glowing sprites." Emma wasn't so sure. "We don't know what's really out there. It's best if we all stay inside where it's safe tonight." The lights shimmered deeper into the wood, but their glow eased Lilac's smile into a sleepy yawn. Emma tucked her little sister into bed with a hug and a kiss. But as darkness fell, the mystery of the forest lights remained. What secrets did the deepening night hold? Chapter 2. A Mystery Unfolds. The next morning, George shook Emma awake from where she slept by the fading fireplace embers. "Emma, wake up! The animals are gone missing," he cried. Blearily, Emma followed George outside. The village coop where the chickens roosted was empty. No goats or cows could be seen grazing in the meadow. Even Mr. Whiskers, the old tabby cat, was nowhere to be found. Puzzled villagers milled about, searching barns and sheds with no luck. "Now what could have happened?" wondered Emma aloud. Lilac emerged from the house, rubbing the sleep from her eyes. "Where did all the animals go?" she asked fearfully. Emma put a comforting arm around her sister. "I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation. Why don't we go look in the forest together?" George's eyes lit up. "Do you mean it? Can we find the glowing lights?" Although still unsure, Emma realized working as a team was the best way to ease Lilac's worries and solve the mystery. She gathered a lantern and a basket of breadcrumbs in case they came across the missing friends. As the sun went down, the three children slipped into the wood under a mantle of dusk. Shadows crept along the winding trail, and strange sounds echoed in the gathering gloom. Lilac clung tightly to Emma's hand, eyes darting to every rustle. Ahead, a pale glimmer flickered between the trees. "There," whispered George, pointing. They crept forward and peered from behind an oak trunk. Floating among the boughs were dozens of tiny lights, no bigger than fireflies, but these glowed with a magical, multicolored radiance unlike anything natural. The children watched in awe as the lights danced and swirled to some unheard music. Just then, two glowing orbs drifted down and caught sight of the siblings peering out. The children stifled gasps as the lights transformed into the figures of little people, barely reaching their knees in height. Gossamer wings fluttered from their backs, and glowing floral crowns adorned their hair. "Do not be afraid, little ones," said one in a voice like wind chimes. "We mean you no harm. I am Luna, and this is my sister Aster." The sprites smiled warm and friendly. Chapter 3. Friends in the Forest. The children stared in wonder at the glowing sprites before them. "Were you playing with the forest lights last night?" asked Emma. Luna and Aster nodded. "We had not meant to lead the animals astray," said Luna gently. "In our play, some must have wandered from the village and became lost in the night." Aster clasped her hands apologetically. "We've been searching all day with no luck. But maybe if we join forces, more eyes will help find them faster before dark." "We can help too," cried George eagerly. Lilac stepped closer to Emma. "Will we be safe with the sprites?" she asked softly. "I believe these new friends mean only to help," reassured Emma with an encouraging smile. She turned to Luna. "Please, lead the way. Together, I'm sure we'll find all the missing friends." Luna bowed and beckoned the group deeper into the wood. They followed glowing orbs through winding paths, blanketed in dappled shade. Strange sounds echoed from the gathering gloom, but the sprite's presence calmed any fear. "There, do you see?" Aster pointed toward a thicket, barely visible in the fading light. Within, bundles of woolly forms shifted and bleated weakly. The children rushed forward and laughed with relief. It was Meister and Mrs. Lamb, along with nanny goats and baby chicks, all tucked cozily among soft bracken. Emma lifted a lamb into her arms, cuddling its warm fleece. "All here and safe, just as I knew they'd be," she said, with a smile meeting Luna's glowing eyes. "But there are more animals yet to find, I'll wager." Luna clapped her hands joyfully. "Then let our search continue. The forest holds no more mysteries that cannot be solved through friendship such as ours." And with that, the group delved deeper into the wonders of the nighttime wood. Chapter 4. The Mystery Solved. With the animals found, Emma led the way back to the village, the sprites fluttering beside them. As they emerged from the forest path, cries of relief and joy rose up from the gathered townsfolk. Families rushed forward to hug their returned goats, sheep and chickens tight. Even Mr. Whiskers purred loudly as two children scooped him up. The village elder stepped forward and bowed deeply to Emma, George, and Lilac. "Our gratitude knows no bounds for reuniting us with our lost loved ones," he said. "But I see you three were not alone in your endeavor. Pray, who are these winged folk that have aided you so?" Luna and Aster bowed in return. "We are Luna and Aster of the Woodland Sprites. In play last night, some animals wandered from their homes. Together with these brave souls, we have set all to rights." "Sprites, you say?" The elder's eyes shone with wonder. "Your kind has not been seen in these parts for many a year, but any friends of our children are friends of Oak Hollow. You will always find welcome amongst us." The villagers cheered in agreement, and even shy Lilac smiled at the sprites. As shadows lengthened, Emma knew it was nearly time for bed. "Come, little ones," she said to George and Lilac. "Let us thank our new friends before returning home." The siblings turned to the sprites. "Thank you for your help and for being so kind," said Lilac softly. "It was our pleasure," replied Luna. "The forest's mysteries need not fright when faced with courage and friendship's light." And with that, the sprites bid the children good night and fluttered away into the darkening trees. As George, Lilac, and Emma made their way home, a warm glow of community and adventure lingered in their hearts. At last, all was well once more in Oak Hollow Village. Chapter 5. Peace in Oak Hollow. The children snuggled into bed, cozy and sleepy after their adventure. Through the open window, pale lights flickered amongst the leaves once more. "Look, the forest lights have returned," yawned George. But none felt fear at the sight any longer. "Do not fret, little ones. 'Tis only Luna and Aster at play as dusk falls," said Emma soothingly. She pulled the quilt up to Lilac's chin and brushed back her hair. "No harm will come to the village, thanks to our new friends, the sprites." Lilac's eyes grew heavy. "They were so nice. I'm glad we went in the forest to meet them." Emma smiled. "As am I. Curiosity and courage revealed the lights meant only to bring delight, not fright." She kissed each sibling and bid them sweet dreams. At the window, George silently watched the pale orbs drift and swirl. He knew that within those glows were laughing eyes and joyful voices, welcoming any to join their magical dance. Somewhere deep in the wood, Luna and Aster guided their lights like floating lanterns through the night. They hoped the children saw and were not afraid, knowing friends were near who'd chase all shadows away. From that night on, when pale glows flickered under Oak Hollow's starry sky, none felt unease or worry in their hearts, for they knew the forest held no dark secrets, only mysteries left to fascinate another day. And so the village slept in peace, as protectors of wood and leaf watched over with their gentle, guarding light. In the cozy little house by the wood's deep edge, 3 children dreamed of magical friends and adventures yet to be. The forest's wonders were theirs to discover through courage and the power of unity. Under drifting sprites' glow and watchful trees standing sentinel, Oak Hollow slumbered as the moon rose full and pale. All was quiet and calm, and would ever be, through the joining of humble hearts and their sprites' company. The end. I hope you enjoyed this bedtime story. Please let me know if you have any other feedback. The end. As the stars twinkle above, it's time for dreamy tales to bid you good night. May the soothing echoes of our stories linger in your dreams, offering you a serene escape. Until we meet again under the moonlit sky, sleep tight and sweet dreams.